And this is the Barclays Center getting wild, man. And you would have thought it was like a Guns N' Roses concert or something, but it wasn't. This is all over the misinformation led by Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Kyrie has been, anti-vax. He keeps saying that he's anti the vax mandate, but, when has he ever really cared about anybody else in that sort of situation? All he cares, he doesn't want people to tell him what to do. That's how Kyrie has always been. That's how he is right now. And now you're seeing the effects of that. You have folks here who are protesting the fact that Kyrie wasn't allowed to play. It wasn't even necessarily anti-vax. Now, it sort of fits under that umbrella because that's why he's not playing. But there was people with signs saying "Free Kyrie" and "I stand with Kyrie," and it's just like, the NBA is trying to keep everybody safe, just like everybody else is trying to keep everybody safe. And now these folks, these poor guys who are working at the Barclays Center, right, and gals, there are women there working there as well, who probably weren't working a lot last year because they didn't have a lot of games at the Barclays Center. They didn't have a lot of fans. So they didn't need a lot of security. Some of them were probably either furloughed or laid off or whatever. They finally get back to work, and now you got these people harassing them. And it's like, they're not the ones that made the mandate, even though the mandate makes total sense. They're the ones that are just trying to do their job. And now you're doing this to them. And it's like, people think this is like enjoyment, that they can storm the front of the Barclays Center. They had to close the entrance for a small period of time right before the game on Sunday when this was happening because there were too many people doing this. And it's like, we're finally getting back to being able to have these events. And then these people are acting like jackasses at these things. Like, they just think it's, like you said, it's like a Guns N' Roses mosh pit in front of the Barclays Center. It's crazy. And I'm not going to blame it solely on Kyrie, but he has a big chunk of blame with this thing because he has fans. He has, there's certainly Brooklyn Nets fans who like him and want to see him again after he got injured in the playoffs last year. So he's definitely a major reason for why this is happening. And it's just ridiculous. This just shouldn't be happening. This is supposed to be, the start of the NBA season was supposed to be this, like, coming back to the live events, like we talked about with the F1 racing in Austin. It was supposed to be something like that, and now it's about this crap.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think the misinformation about the vaccines is not, solely on Kyrie Irving, but I think this event specifically here at the Barclays Center, I blame Kyrie Irving for this one because it's all basically here. Those were his supporters, quote unquote. I believe, Joy Taylor, the beautiful Joy Taylor, tweeted out like, these are the voiceless that Kyrie's talking about. And I thought that was a great tweet, pointing it out, because it's like, all right, these are the people that are really standing up for Kyrie, and look what they're doing. And I'm not going to lie, though, in the video there, I wanted that guy in the backpack and the guy with the bowl cut to get all the smoke, man. I could have swore they were going to start brawling it out. If you can roll that back, producer Ben, I could have swore they both wanted all the smoke there and we're going to start rolling. But no, they didn't. But it's just really one of those things. We'll see it here at the beginning. But yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, if you're there to support your team and be a real fan, you would think you would. Yeah, I know you're laughing because you're seeing these guys. I thought the guy with the bowl cut was like wanted some smoke, man. I thought he was going to give that guy the backpack, just everything.
He wanted to throw it out.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen. That's where the video was really going to get good, but it didn't. But I'm telling you, this is crazy, and it's that it's happening in our country right now at games like this when we should just be being like, hey, let's get everybody back. Like you said, the bigger story is like that 400,000 in attendance at the United States Grand Prix. That's thanks to vaccinations and vaccine mandates. And it's crazy. Like, let's bring up, there's, polio, there's chicken pox, there's smallpox, measles, so many vaccines. And when I always bring up, like, Kyrie, do you realize you had to have those vaccinations to play college basketball at the University of Duke, or to play high school basketball, like, or to even go to school then? So what is your mandate now in your head changing now that you were willing to get all those other vaccines to play in college and high school, but you don't want to get one now that can save people and get us out of this pandemic and get you on the court and help your team potentially win a championship? I don't get his thought process at all. And just quickly, producer Ben, you're sleeping back there. We're on topic number 10. Move it down. But yeah, but it's just really one of those things where I got to question it when you got mad houses breaking out like this over what an athlete said right in front of the game and in front of the stadium, you've got to kind of put some of the blame on Kyrie Irving, I think. Producer Ben used to say.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And it's like I said, these areas of
topic 10, Ben.
These areas of these venues for sporting events and other spots are, have been vacant for so long. Like if you go to Fenway Park, if there weren't Sox games this year, all those bars and restaurants and shops and souvenir stores, they would all be, they were just like, there was nothing there. It was like tumbleweeds going through that area. It was just vacant.
Yep. And
now they were coming back to this. That's going to help these businesses. But then you have Kyrie saying stuff like this, and it's like, you're not understanding the economic downturn that you're kind of creating by having these issues. People aren't going to want to hang around Barclays if this is going on. People aren't going to want to be sitting outside having a drink or getting something to eat or going around shopping in that area while this is going on before they go to the game. So it's just, I don't think that people are understanding the fallout from some of the decisions they're making, especially a guy like Kyrie. So, we hope that this thing, improves as this season goes on. Brandon, you have one more thing to say.
Yeah, I just want to quickly highlight some superstars that did get vaccinated. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I know obviously those guys are Celtics and I love naming them, but they're all vaccinated. They're on the court and they're playing for a championship right now. And I've got to give major props to LeBron James for stepping up and saying that he was vaccinated and that he was recommending his friends and family to get vaccinated as well. So there's other superstars that are taking other avenues. Let's just say that. Right. And it's not like, to say that, now when guys come up and say, I don't have all the information, it's just crap. They have all the information at their fingertips. They don't need, it's right there in front of them. So, again, we hope this continues and we hope this, we hope this improves as the season continues. Well, maybe we'll see because, Kyrie's an awesome basketball player. I want to see him play. He's fun to watch. So yep.
We hope that at some point he gets back in there because he gets the vaccine and everything is safe. Well, folks, that's going to do it for our show this week. Again, here on Comeback Sports. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like us there. You can also follow us on Twitter. At the bottom of the screen there are our Twitter handles, so you can follow us there. Ask us a question. Let us know what you think about the show. And we give updates to which shows we're going to, when we're going to be covering shows, and we send the live link out there as well. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. And finally, you can call into that number that we had throughout the entire show. Leave a voicemail, call us in live, whatever you want to do. Get involved in the show. We want folks involved. We don't want it to just be the two of us. We want it to be any fan of anybody watching the show. If you want to call in and disagree with us, please do. That's what sports are about, disagreement. So please do that. Please get involved. We'd love to hear from you, folks. Brandon, any final thoughts before we sign off this week?
Yeah, next week, like I said, we definitely got to talk about the Brady ball and that situation ever changing and the value we're changing by the second and that Brady 600 touchdown pass. But then obviously we got to talk about the Mexican Grand Prix coming up next week as well. So not this weekend, the following weekend. But let's see if Mercedes can get themselves back in the championship fight with Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, we might have either the end or almost to the end of the World Series at this point next week as well. So lots going to be happening going into November too. October's a crazy sports month, but November is not too far behind as well as far as what is going on. Folks, thank you again for joining us here on Comeback Sports. We'll see you next time.